Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all safe and healthy. So today I'm back at the Al Saber Cars company to take a look at the 22 model year of the Nissan Patrol, and in this video I'll explain everything you need to know about the exterior, the interior, so do stick till the end. And I just wanted to give a big thanks to Al Saber for allowing me to come here and make the video with the Patrol. So to show my appreciation, I want you guys to go ahead and follow them on their Instagram. The link will be in the description below. And if you're watching this from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, do come here and take a look at the showroom, because they do have an amazing collection. They do have premium cars and they do have normal non-premium cars as well. So there's everything for everyone. I will be leaving the location link down below, so do come here and check them out. If you're watching my videos for the first time, guys, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel to show your support, and do turn on your bell notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload later videos. And now let's take a look at the Patrol. Alright guys, so here it is, the new 2022 model of the Nissan Patrol, and Nissan had given it a major refresh in the 21 model year. So they had given this new design that you see over here was introduced in the 21 model year, and for the 22 model year they have only done one change, and it is that they have added a power folding third row. So that's it, and and the power folding third row is only available on the platinum trim as well, which this particular model is. So let's talk a bit about the Nissan Patrol, and let me tell you the competitors for it. The natural competitor to the Nissan Patrol is the Toyota Land Cruiser, which is right beside it, and most of the full-size SUVs are a main competitor to the Nissan Patrol as well, something like the Chevy Tahoe, the GMC Yukon, and those kind of cars. So let me talk about the trims that we have here in Saudi Arabia for the Nissan Patrol. So we get two trims basically. It's an SE trim and an LE trim. So because we have two engine options, the SE trim gets the 4-liter V6 that has like 275 horsepower, but the LE trim gets the 5.6-liter V8, which is the engine you want, because 400 horsepower, who doesn't like that? So that's the engine to go for. And I'll tell you the trims. For the V6 model here in Saudi Arabia, we have like one called XE, then we have the SE T2, then we have the Titanium, like SE Titanium, and then the SE Platinum, and just replace the SE with LE. So we have the LE T1 and T2, then we have the LE Titanium and LE Platinum. Just keep in mind the SE trims are the ones with the V6 and the LE ones are with the V8. So this particular model here is the LE Platinum with the 70th anniversary package that Nissan launched, I think, in 2022 itself. So it's to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the Patrol. It has been on the market for so long, 70 years it's going on, and still running strong as well. It is one of the most favorite SUVs of the Arabs here in Saudi Arabia. Anywhere you go on any street, you will find a Patrol. So it is really popular as the Land Cruiser as well. Let's talk about the price. So here we have some of the quick overview or details of the Nissan Patrol Platinum, and if you want you can go through them. I'll just go through them slowly and you can take a look. So this is the price, 415,000 riyals. I'll convert it into dollars for you guys. I think it does convert into $100,000, something around that. I know it is less expensive in the US. It is also known as the Armada in the US, by the way. Just a bit of name differences. Here the Arabs like the name Patrol, or they are a fan of the Patrol name, so that's why this is sold as the Patrol. In the US it is sold as the Armada. So now that all the price and everything is out of the way, let's talk about the design. So for the 21 model year, like I told you, Nissan updated the design, and it was a lot curvier in the front before this, and now they have straightened it out and they have made it a lot sharper. And I think this design does look a lot better than the Land Cruiser as well. I prefer the Patrol design over it. My favorite part of the Nissan Patrol are the headlights. So you can see we have a C-shaped DRL. The C-shape actually comes out on the left side, but Nissan do call it a C-shaped DRL, and you have full LED headlights as well. And the indicators is the lower part of the DRL, and they look like this. So pretty bright and good looking LEDs. And then we move on to the grille. So we have a nice V-motion grille. This is what Nissan calls it. And we also have the latest Nissan badge that they introduced. So all the chrome is gone, and instead of the black lettering you have this white lettering, and I think I prefer this logo a lot more than the older logo, because I'm not a fan of chrome. So I like this logo a lot better. Then inside the logo itself you have your front camera, and then this grille is exclusive to the Platinum 70th anniversary. That's what I read on their brochure. So you have chrome inserts all around, and you have openings for cooling your engine. And on the 70th anniversary the grille, you can see, has this kind of special texture right over here. You don't have this full chrome going all around. On the standard platinum model, you have this style of chrome all around, but on the 70th anniversary they have introduced this special finish, and I think I prefer this finish a lot more than this chrome one. Then moving up to the hood, you can see we have a nice powerful looking hood, and you do have character lines in them as well, and it's a good looking hood. That's all I can say. Then moving down, you can see this 70th anniversary model has the textured chrome again near the fog lamps, and you don't have fake vents, but you do have some black plastic, and I don't mind it because it blends nicely with the black color or the black paint of this car. And you have the LED fog lamps and the chrome garnish all around. Then in the center you have your radar sensor, and that's about it. So moving on to the side, you can see the profile pretty much remains similar to the 2021 or 2020 model, the pre-facelift model. So the profile of the side profile of the car is pretty similar, but the new changes that they did over here are some new alloy wheels, and for the 70th anniversary we have this special badge over here, and again that textured chrome, which I do like. And I think this is a functional vent, so you can extract the heat from the engine and keep it cool. And you have your V8 badge. So now let's take a look at the rims. So with the rims, again, you can see in the middle we have the new Nissan logo, and these are, let me just check. So these are 20-inch rims that you get exclusively with the platinum model, and they are sitting on a 275 section tire and a 60 series sidewall. So pretty chunky sidewalls, which will definitely help you when you go off-road. And the Nissan Patrol is pretty capable off-road as well. And you can just take a look at the suspension inside. You do have independent double wishbone suspension all around, so that gives you better ride quality and better off-road performance as well. And just behind the rims you have 4 piston brake calipers and a pretty huge disc brake as well. Then moving down the side, you have this nice large chunky door mirror or side mirror, and it has a chrome surround on it, and you have your indicators as well. Down below you have your blind spot camera. Then around the window line, you can see the chrome starts all around from there and goes to the top and joins over here. So pretty nice, and it moves all around over there as well. So I do like that design pretty much. So sorry for the background noise if you're hearing. It's raining pretty heavily outside, so that's why you might be picking up some of the rain sounds in the mic as well. Then you have chrome door handles all around, and down below on this side on the door you do have a nice chrome finish, which looks good. I wished they could have put the textured chrome on this. It would have looked a lot better to me. And down below you have your running boards or footsteps, which are not the retractable ones, these are the fixed ones. So now moving to the back, you can see the updated LED tail lights with the sequential indicators, which looks really nice. Then again you have the textured chrome back here with the Patrol written proudly on it, the new Nissan logo, and you have your platinum badge right over here, and some acronyms for the engines like variable valve and all that stuff. Then up top you have your third brake light with your windscreen wiper. You don't have much of a roof spoiler, but it's a pretty short one. Then moving to the lower bumper, you have your tow bar or tow hook right over here, and you do have a sort of skid plate design right here, but they have painted it black, so it blends in nicely with the car, and nothing much else to show. So now that we're done with the exterior design, let's take a look at the boot space. So to open the boot space, you can use the key fob, which is right over here. With the new Nissan logo, you have your remote start, lock, unlock to open the tailgate, and your panic button. And you can also use a button right over here or a button in the interior as well. So let's just open it via the key fob. So as you can see, it's an electrically operated boot. So currently it does have some stuff in it, but let me just tell you the space. So right now, as you can see, the Nissan Patrol is a 3-row SUV, and behind the third row of seats you have 468 liters of space or 16.5 cubic feet, which is more than enough for some light shopping. But if you do need more space, you can fold them down, and like I told you, for the 22 model year, Nissan introduced the one-touch fold operation. So the buttons are right over here, and you can just press them, and you can see the seats fold down electrically. They are not one touch, by the way, you have to keep holding them. And there you go, the seats fold down pretty flat. Currently some carpets are kept over there, that's why I haven't folded it fully flat, but they can go fully flat into the floor. And once they are folded, you have a total of 1413 liters of space, which is pretty impressive. That's like 50 cubic feet of space, so pretty good overall. And let me just show you some of the features around. You have some tie down points over here. You have a 12-volt socket. I think you do have some underfloor storage as well, so I'll just show it to you. Yeah, so this is the underfloor storage. You can see over here there are some aluminum tread plates right over here for protection. If you drag heavy items out, it won't damage the paint. So overall, a pretty impressive boot space. And now let's take a look at the engine bay. So here's the engine bay, guys, and like I told you, we have two engine options, the 4-liter V6 and the 5.6-liter V8, and this is the engine you do want to go for if you want a lot of power, because this is a pretty heavy car at 2.8 tons or 6,300 pounds, so it is a pretty heavy vehicle and you do need that kind of power that the V8 produces to push this car. The V6 is good if you want to be fuel efficient and you won't be towing a lot, so the V6 is good for that. But if you know that you will be towing a lot, then the V8 is the option to go for, and you do want a lot of power for towing, and this thing has it. So this is how the engine bay looks, and let me just tell you the power. So the 5.6-liter V8 is naturally aspirated, by the way, and it produces 400 horsepower and 560 Newton meters of torque. That's like 413 pound-feet. Nissan actually updated the V8 for the 21 model year facelift, so they added 10 more horsepower and a lot more torque as well. So that was the update to the V8, and it is attached to a 7-speed automatic, and you obviously have 4-wheel drive. So it allows this petrol to go from 0 to 100 in 6.1 seconds, which is pretty impressive considering how heavy this thing is. And you have a top speed of 210 km/h or 130 miles per hour, which is again pretty good. Now let's move on to the interior. So you do have keyless go and entry, but currently I have the car unlocked. But before we go in, I wanted to show you the fuel efficiency, which is pretty bad because this has a big V8 in it. So you can see it's 8.2 kilometers per liter, which is very poor, but it is to be expected when you have such a big engine in the front. That is the reason why Land Cruiser or Toyota went for the new twin turbo V6 in their latest Land Cruiser, just to save the fuel cost. So let's move on to the interior, and let me just unlock the door. There we go, the door is unlocked, and here we are at the door trim. So as expected from the platinum trim in Nissan, you have really high quality leather in the cabin, and you can see it's in this Sahara tan color, but if you want, you have a black option, you have a beige option, you have a burgundy option as well. I personally like this tan or Sahara tan color and the burgundy color. The black and whites are not my favorite. So let's talk about the door trim though. So up top you can see we have some leather over here, which is nice and soft, and you do have some kind of wood trim over here. It is gloss. I do prefer open pore wood finishes. The glossiness doesn't show up a lot over here, and I think it's okay. Then you do have your memory seating controls integrated in that, and then let's take a look at the leather over here. So nice and soft with the stitching all around, and you can see how they have folded the leather into the armrest over here. It just gives it a nice handcrafted look, and it just makes it feel a bit more special. Then you have your door handles right over here, your window controls, and you do have foldable side mirrors as well. This armrest is really nice and soft. You have a nice chunky grab handle right over here, and then moving down you do have a pretty decent amount of door storage. You have your speakers right over here. The lower part is scratchy plastic, but most of the time you won't be touching over there. Your arms will be on the leather, and that's the part which is more important, and that is high quality. Then moving on over here, you can see we have petrol sill plates, which are illuminated, by the way, and they look good. And then these are the seats. So you have diamond quilting in them, and they do look pretty good. These are, I believe, the zero gravity seats. On the American Nissan Armada, you have the quilting in the center right over here, but here in Saudi Arabia or the Middle East, you have the quilting on the shoulders and near the thigh support over here. So overall, these are the seats. They look good. You have electric adjustability and your lumbar support. And then let's take a look at some of the controls over here. So you have your safety systems, your eco mode, your button to open your tailgate. You have some power door on and off for your, I think, for your tailgate. And this is your headlight level, and that's your handbrake. That's all there is to show on this side. So now let's jump inside and take a look at the interior. Okay, so we are in the interior of the Nissan Patrol, and the first thing that I have to tell you guys is that I am very comfortable in these seats, and I do have a good view out. So that is expected from a Patrol, because I can easily judge the corners. I have a good view out the windshield, the window corners as well. All around, basically, I do have a really nice view. And also the headroom is pretty good, by the way. This cap is a bit high, that's why it is touching the roof, but otherwise when I remove the cap, I do have a good amount of headroom, and I'm pretty comfortable in these zero gravity seats. I think these are one of the most comfortable seats that I've sat in, aside from something like the Bentley, Rolls-Royce or Maybach. Aside from those, these are pretty comfortable seats, and I do like them a lot. So that's all I had to say about the space and the comfort. Let's take a quick look around the interior. Around the interior, the only change Nissan had done for the 21 model year facelift was that they added this new 12.3-inch display, and they also updated the instrument cluster. Other than that, most of the design features are similar to the pre-facelift model. You do have the new Nissan logo, by the way, on the steering wheel. And let's take a look at the dashboard quality though first. So dashboard quality, this is soft touch injection molded plastic. This is not leather, but it does feel high quality. Then you can see the wood trim that I showed you before continues all the way into the door over there. It does continue in the driver's side door as well. Then this part of the center console is covered in leather, by the way, and it is nice and soft. This is soft touch plastic. Then let's take a look at the steering wheel. So the steering wheel is in black, it's not two-tone, but you do have the wood finish on top, as you can see over here. Here's your airbag cover. You do have some controls along the side though. We'll come to that later on. But behind that, you can see we have the headlight controls and the windshield wiper controls, along with your start stop button, and you also have your electric steering wheel option as well. Let's take a look at the steering wheel controls. So you do have a back button. It looks like a menu control button, your volume or media functions. You have your cruise control settings still here. Then you have your voice assistant and call button as well. The steering wheel feels really nice and high quality. It is a thin rimmed steering wheel, so it's not a very chunky steering wheel, and I think it would be very easy when you use it for driving around in the city. Then let's take a look at the driver's display. So the driver's display was updated with this new speedometer and tachometer, and you also have a new 7-inch display in the middle. Before it was a very small 4-inch display, but now they have updated to this nice looking color display, which is a 7-inch screen. So let's go through some of the menu options over there. So currently you can see it's showing you the compass along with the speedometer, but we can change it to fuel economy. Then we have your navigation, then we have your Bluetooth audio, then we have the off-road mode, which shows you your orientation and the 4-wheel drive system. Then we have the auxiliary gauges. Then this is for the safety systems. This is also for your safety system, so if you want, you can turn off the alarms for blind spot and lane assist and forward collision assist as well. Then you do have tire pressure monitoring, you do have warnings, and you have settings. So in the settings, you do have some more stuff. So driver assistance, tire pressure, clock, vehicle setting, maintenance, and a lot of stuff basically. So that was all in the driver's display, nothing new and nothing much to show in that, because it's not a full digital driver's display. The dials are pretty easy to read and pretty clear as well, but I think that's all there is to show over there. Then moving on to the center, we have the new 12.3-inch display that was introduced in the 21 model year. It is a touchscreen, but you can also control it via the rotary knob over here. But let's take a quick look over here. You do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. So here's your information, audio, let's go back. Then you have your map. So the map shows up only in the small corner. This shows you your Bluetooth audio. Then you have your connections. Then you have settings, and that's it. Then moving down, you have your volume knob, tuning knob. You have some day and night, so you can increase the brightness of the display and stuff. Then you have your media controls right over here. Then moving down further, you have pretty nicely damped air vents. Then here you have your climate control settings. So you can see the temperature controls are right over here. You have your auto sync and all that stuff. Then you do have heated seats and ventilated seats as well, both for the passenger and the driver, by the way. Then moving down, you can see it looks like we do have some storage space. Inside we have a wireless charger along with a 12-volt socket, and then down below you have a USB-C and a USB-A, and that's it. By the way, the storage space, as you can see, is covered with the wood trim, which looks really good. Then moving down to the center console, we have the gear lever for your 7-speed automatic. Then here we have your 4-wheel drive select or terrain select as well. So this is currently in auto 4-wheel drive. You can take it to 4 high or 4 low. Then you have your hill descent control, your traction control, your rear differential lock, and then you have some drive modes here as well. So on-road, rock, snow, and sand. Nothing fancy, but it does work. Then one thing I do like is how they have lined the leather all around the center console, and it does look really good. And then you have wood finish instead of piano black, which I really like though. Then here's your control for your infotainment display. So you have a rotary dial, your back button, your camera button. So let's go into the camera button. So this is your front view currently, and this is showing your blind spot assistance. It's not a very high quality camera, but it does the job. So currently it's showing your side view. Then this is your front view again. Then this is your rear view. So you can see all the systems are working because it is gauging the distance to the wall, and it is beeping for that. So let's put it back into park. So that's your camera. You do have some more shortcut buttons for your map, audio and menu, and that's it. Then you do have a closable lid for your cup holders, and they are pretty decent sized. Then we come to the central armrest, which is nice and soft, and it opens both ways. So you can open it either this way, and inside you do have a cool box. I'll just switch it off for now. But if any of your rear passengers want something from there, they have a button at the back and they can open it and take something out from there. So that's all. Then we have your glove box. So let me just open that, and it's a decent sized glove box. It's 2-layered, so you can keep a lot of stuff. And then moving up, you have your rear view mirror, which is nice and chunky, by the way, and you do have a good view out of it. The view out the rear window is good as well. Then moving up, we have your light controls, which you can control that way. You have sunroof controls, because this has a pretty small sunroof instead of panoramic sunroof. And then you also have your sunglasses holder, which are lined with felt. You also have pretty huge sun visors as well, and you have your light integrated with the mirror as well. So I think that's all there is to show in the front. Now let's move on to the back and take a look at the functions over there. Okay, so moving on to the rear, and this is the rear door trim. So it's similar to the one in the front. You have the same quality of materials. You have a speaker system here. This one particularly, it looks like does not have the Bose speaker system, but you can get that as an option. Then some of the controls, you have your window controls, your door handles, the wood finish that I showed you over here. Everything else is pretty high quality. You have to expect that on the platinum trim. And then down below you have some storage space, and on the platinum trim you do get headphones as well, because you do have the rear entertainment system as well. Then these are your seats. So they have the same kind of quilting and design as the front seats, and they do look pretty nice and comfy. And like I showed you before, this has the third row of seats as well, and to access that you have this lever over here. It looks like you have to fold this, it seems, and they tumble forward, and then you have access to the third row. It does seem a decent amount of space to go inside to the third row, but I won't be attempting that, because I do know that I personally won't be having a lot of space over there, because I'm 6'4" or 195 centimeter. But shorter people should be fine, and they can easily, I think, take a long trip or short trip in them. So let's fold these seats back down, and then we'll take a seat over there. And by the way, these seats are reclinable as well. So you just have to pull on this latch and you can push them back, and they will recline for you. Okay, so I'm in the rear seats of the new Nissan Patrol, and the first thing that I will tell you is that there is a lot of space in the second row of seats, despite the fact that they are fixed and you cannot slide them forward or back. And I have a lot of space. As you can see, I have a good amount of knee room. By the way, this driver's seat is set to my driving position, and like I told you, I'm 6'4" or 195 centimeter, and I can comfortably sit behind myself. And someone in the third row of seats, I think, can also sit comfortably behind myself as well. The only thing will be that the person sitting in the third row will have to be shorter than me, but they can sit comfortably over there. One thing, I have reviewed the Land Cruiser 300 and as well as the Lexus 600 as well, LX 600, and in both of those cars I did not have a lot of space behind myself in the second row of seats. So the Nissan is a lot bigger and a lot comfortable as well. Also, you can see I have a lot more headroom than in the front. Actually, in the front I did have good headroom, but here in the second row of seats I have a lot more headroom, which I think is really nice. So the people sitting in the second row will be really comfortable, and that's a good point. And I think I'm pretty pleased with the second row space overall. So let's take a look at some of the features in the second row of seats. So some of the features at the back, like I told you, are the seat back pockets. You have your temperature control right over here. You do have USB ports as well. It looks like they are standard USBs. You do have some more connection points down below, and it looks like a 12-volt socket, and that's it. So a 12-volt socket, 2 USBs. I think you do get an option of some more controls. It's an optional extra, but this one does not have that. And here's the button to open the central armrest from here, and you can access the cooler fridge from here as well. So here's the rear entertainment screen. You do have your phone link, your video, your photos, your music, and all that stuff. You can Bluetooth. You can connect your phone via Bluetooth or to the screen and display whatever you want to. Then up top, here you can see we have some lights, and you do have some air vent controls as well. So pretty nice. And you also have an armrest, it looks like. So this is your armrest, nice and soft, and you do have foldable cup holders, which I think is a really nice design feature. because they don't impede in your elbow space. And I think that's all there is I can show in the Nissan Patrol. So guys, that was all I had to say about the Nissan Patrol, or that was all I had to show about the Nissan Patrol. And what do I personally think about it? I do personally like it more than the Land Cruiser, and I think it is a lot more spacious and a lot better looking than the Land Cruiser as well. You do get the V8 option still, so that is another plus point. So if you're in the market looking for a full-size SUV that has 3 rows, should highly consider the Nissan Patrol. Or if you're in the US, the Nissan Armada. I think you won't go wrong with it because you get the famous Nissan reliability and warranty as well. So you'll be happy with your purchase. So do go ahead and consider it, or just buy it. If you're watching this video in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, by the way, the car is available for sale here in Al Saber. So do come here and check the car out. So that's all I had to say. And if you enjoyed watching the video, guys, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel as well to show your support. And also do turn on your notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload data videos. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.